Hi everyone, we're out for another Wildcamp. This time 2 days and one night, so a little bit shorter this time. We are on the east shore of Ullswater. In fact, we've already started. We're on the first summit, the summit of Steel Knots, also known as Pikawassa, if I pronounce that correctly, probably not. But yeah, lower hills today, lower fells, but they're still fantastic views. You can see for miles, especially today. We've got blue sky. Yeah, there's some floating cloud about, but blue sky with fantastic views. Hills and valleys all around. So we're doing 6 Wainwrights today, wild camping just the other side of Angleton Pikes, and then 8 Wainwrights tomorrow. We end on Bonscale Fell and drop back down to the valley to a little village of Howtown. That's where we started. So first summit, Steel Knots. Next summit is track back a little bit and onto little fell of Hallin Fell. It's only 388 metres high, but it's got some fantastic views from the top all along the lake. Let's go and have a look. Definitely warmer weather than we had last time. I haven't a clue what the temperature is, apart from it's very warm, probably in the 20s, 20 Celsius that is. Just coming down Steel Knots now. There's a small church, St. Peter's Church, called the New Church, built in the 19th century, replaced an older church a little bit further along the valley in Martindale. But yeah, we'll go past St. Peter's Church, which is on a col, and then head straight up Hallin Fell, which will be summit Wainwright number 2. So at the moment it's onwards and downwards. Inside St. Peter's Church, Martindale. I'd read about the stained glass windows, but they are quite beautiful. Quaint little church. Very peaceful in here. Right. Let's get my sweaty self back outside and up Hallin Fell. Whoa, there may be small fells, but they're definitely steep. View opening up into Martindale now. It just looks so peaceful. Quite a few people around actually. Hallin Fell. It's one of those little fells that people, tourists, a lot of tourists, like to come onto to the top because it's a nice easy one. One summit pillar cairn just come into view. Another 50 metres and it'll be summit number 2, Wainwright number 2. Here we go, Wainwright number 2, Hallin Fell. And the pillar cairn is bigger than it looks. Somebody wants to put a stone on top.
You all used to love stones.
And the view down to the Ullswater. Every summit seems to have its own nutter.
She's holding the goat.
She's there. Right. Done. Make our way back down and up onto Placefell. And our next summit is Placefell, in the centre of the screen now. Making our way down from Helen Fell now. Quite busy with people up there, but I'm not surprised with the weather and the ease of access to this fantastic little fell. And I'm thinking and hoping that from here on it'll be quieter, as in less people. Oh, I nearly ended up on my backside then, but managed to hold it.
Too busy talking again.
Too busy talking.
Cutest little style gate. It's for fairies and elves.
And weirdos. These little fells are seriously steep. I'm just plodding very, very slowly. I'm sweating lots. On our way up the northern slopes of Placefell, gradually. Be a while before we get to the summit, but we just plod on, one step at a time. As per usual, Suzanne's way ahead. Much easier angle now. Moving much faster. We're out in the open up on the top. Well, nowhere near the top of Placefell, but on the top of a ridge that slowly makes its way up to summit of Placefell, and we have a nice breeze, cooling breeze, which is most welcomed. Oh, a little cairn, no, a little cairn, a big cairn. I call all cairns little cairns, they're not. This was a big cairn with a fantastic view. Just going past this little sheepfold, which is completely intact, which is unusual. They're usually mostly fallen down through weather and sheep clambering over them. And it's the sign on the inside, low moss sheepfold. Perfect little place to put your tent up out of the wind. Not that there's any water here. Apart from that, yeah. If you had your water supply with you, perfect shelter. Right, Placefell. Onwards and upwards. Stopped off just below Placefell for lunch break. Even though it's nearly 4 o'clock, and trying the new filter. It's Soya Squeeze. It weighs, I think it's 60 something grams, about twice the weight of the other one. But I can't believe how quick it's literally squeeze and it goes straight through. In the other Soya filter, the mini, It was taking me about a minute and a half to empty this little pouch. It's taking me, if I squeeze from full to empty, it takes about 7 seconds. So a little bit quicker. Thank God. Right, I shall carry on filling. Here I give you an idea of the flow rate. Pretty good going. Just finished our little rest stop, and the last 200 meters up to the summit of Place Fell. Filled my water reservoir, which is a good thing. I decided to look at it because it was a couple of sips more and it was empty. But yeah, this tarn just below Place Fell, perfect water supply, flat areas to put a tent, fantastic place to have a wild camp. But maybe another time, because we already have our route planned, and it's on to, after Place Fell, we're on to Bed Ahead. Anyway, Place Fell, a couple of 100 meters with the summit of Place Fell, with its trig point, its Ordnance Survey trig point. But stunning views. So looking south, oh, there's just so many fells. We're just surrounded by amazing views all around. There's a little bit of cloud starting to build up, and now the time is 4:15. So we're not expecting to see many people now. Anyway, onwards and downwards. Next fell, here we come. The town of Brothers Water's just come into view down in the valley, way down in the bottom of the valley. Little blue patch in amongst all the different greens. Drop down from Place Fell now to this col, and they're just about to start to climb back up onto Bed Ahead. Bed Fell and Bed Ahead. Bed Fell isn't the way, right? But Bed Ahead is, and that's along this ridge which heads north. Big wide grassy ridge, but of course we've got to climb up to it to start with. Slowly making our way up Bed Ahead, also with a fantastic view across to where we've just come from, Place Fell. Day's moving on. It's about 5 PM. It's still very warm. Still perfect views every direction. We're on Bed Fell at the moment, and Bed Ahead. Centre of the screen. Where we're heading next. I'd estimate about a K away, kilometre, and then we get there. I need to turn around and come back exactly the same way for a distance, about a K&a. Then we head up onto Angleton Pikes. Oh, coming up to summit, or Wainwright number 4, Bed Ahead. Looking back at Hallin Fell, we were a while ago, with its pillar cairn at the top, and then there's Ullswater in the centre of shot, and now in the centre of shot there is just the top is in shade, is steel knots, where that was our first Wainwright. So there we go. On the far horizon I can see the Pennines. Loads of cotton grass. Not very big, but just on this plateau here. Means it's boggy. It is slightly squelchy at the moment. Not too much though. Oh, coming up to Angle Tarn Pikes. Wainwright number 5.
Just the cairn. Not impressed with this one.
As you call a small
DD.
DD cairn. But it's suddenly completely clouded over and a cool breeze, so we are not stopping. We're going to head on down, and we are thinking of maybe camping, while camping a little earlier than we intended to, but we'll just find out when we get there. Right, onwards and downwards. That way and over there.
I just stood on it.
Somebody just demolished the cairn. Accidentally tripped over it, and that was it, gone. Bloody vandals. The youth of today. Okay, the OAPs of today.
The other side of there.
Angle Tarn is directly behind that lump. Angle Tarn, where we were thinking of stopping. But there's probably about 20 tents here already, all the way around, and actually some people have brought dinghies with them. There we go. Each to their own. So we're going to keep going a little bit further onto the next Wainwright, which is what we intended to do originally. And there's a small tarn there. Sort of hoping that nobody's going to be there, because everybody heads for this one. In fact, Angle Tarn for wild camping is the busiest place in the entire Lake District. So, oh well, leave them to it. Hope they enjoy themselves. We're going to go and find somewhere better. Oh, getting there. Very, very close now. Just come over this rise and into this view. High Street in the centre, Grey Crag to the right, mostly in shade from cloud, and then Hayes Water down in the dip. I've never been to this area before. Well, not to this specific area with a view like that. I've been up on High Street a number of times. But last little bit to find a Wildcamp spot with hopefully nobody there. Suzanne's on the already marching on. Brock Crag, Wainwright number 6, and the last for the day. Breeze has picked up even more. Substantial cairn that we can see from miles away. I'm looking down to Brothers Water again. And then looking back down to Angle Tarn, where all those tents are. And then the southern edge, so the southern end of Ullswater, down in the valley.
Sunshine.
Time to find a spot for the tent. Sheltered, preferably away from this quick breeze.
Sunshine.
A bit of sunshine. The breeze isn't an issue, it's a 4-season tent, but it's just less noise against the tent during the night, that's all. So we'll just have a wander around and see what we can find. Well, tent set up. Just heated dinner up. Rice, mushroom, tomato, carrot. That the rice was pre-cooked and put in the food dehydrator, as was all the rest of the stuff. So all it needs basically is rehydrating and heating. No cooking needed, as in not 10 minutes for rice like normal, just 2 minutes. So that's done, and everything's inside the tent. Somebody's busy on their phone.
I'm looking at my grandbabies.
So yeah, tent set up. We are literally just below the summit of Brock Crags. So Brock Crags, you can see the summit cairn just up there. And we have 2 small towns for water supply. The first one's a little murky. The second one you can't see, it's just out of sight. That one's much better. In fact, I'm quite surprised how deep it is. But then looking back down to Angle Tarn, where all the others are camped, loads of them. But here we are, up here, all by ourselves.
Nothing there, is there? It sounds like something's eating grass.
Oh, there was a little bug fluttering against the side. No, there's nothing. There's nothing there. Just you, me, and the skylarks.